Today, we're diving deep into the top 3 rarest and most valuable Washington quarter dollars ever discovered. Could be worth thousands, even hundreds thousands of dollars. Yes, these ordinary-looking coins can hide jaw-dropping secrets that most people overlook. From shocking minting errors to ultra-rare key dates, these coins have stunned collectors. What if I told you that a simple quarter from 1977 could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars today? Yes, you heard that right. A coin that most people would spend on a pack of gum or a cup of coffee might just be hiding a fortune in your pocket change. We're diving deep into the 1977 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that looks ordinary but has secrets that could shock the entire coin collecting world. From rare errors to unbelievable auction prices, you'll want to stick with me until the very end, because I'm going to reveal the most valuable 1977 era quarters ever discovered, some fetching life-changing sums of money. The background. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, originally minted to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. By 1977, the U.S. Mint in Denver was striking millions of these quarters with the familiar eagle reverse design. The 1977 quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, marked by the small d mint mark. In total, over 256 million quarters were struck in Denver that year, so by all accounts, this is not a rare coin in its normal form. But here's where things get fascinating: errors. Why error coins are so valuable. Before we dive into the 1977 errors specifically, let's talk about why error coins create such excitement among collectors. Rarity factor. The mint has strict quality control, so very few error coins escape. That makes them rare by default. I appeal: the more dramatic the error, the more collectors will fight to own it. Historical significance. Errors tell the story of what went wrong at the mint during that year. Think of it this way: a perfect 1977 quarter might be worth face value, maybe a few bucks in high grade. But a dramatic error, that's where the 5, 6, or even 7-figure numbers come in. The most rare errors. Varieties. Off-center strikes. $2,000 to $3,000. Double dies obverse and reverse. $5,000 to $20,000. Wrong planchet errors. $10,000 to $15,000. Clipped planchets. $1,000 to $2,000. Auction records and big money stories. Now here's the part you've been waiting for. Real money results. A 1977 quarter with a major off-center strike sold for nearly $3,500 at auction. Another example, a double die obverse, fetched over $6,000 because of its strong doubling on Liberty. But the most shocking? A wrong planchet error, where a 1977 quarter was struck on a foreign planchet. It sold for over $35,000. And here's where it gets exciting. Experts believe that some 1977 errors could easily cross into the six-figure or even million-dollar territory if the right dramatic discovery surfaces. Imagine a 1977 struck on a silver planchet, or a coin with double denomination like a quarter struck over a dime. If one of those turned up, we're talking life-changing money. How to identify a rare 1977 error? So, how can you tell if your 1977 quarter is worth more than face value? Examine the lettering. Look for doubling in Liberty or the date. Check for off-centers. The more dramatic the shift, the better. Weigh your coin. A standard 1977 should weigh about 5.67 grams. If yours is off by a gram or more, you could have a wrong planchet error. Inspect the edges. Missing reading or partial reading could signal a broad strike or misstrike. Use magnification. Many errors aren't visible to the naked eye. A 10x loop is essential. Tips for collectors and treasure hunters. If you want to hunt for a valuable 1977 quarter, here's what you need to do. Check your pocket change. Error coins slip through circulation. Buy coin rolls. Search through bank-wrapped rolls for hidden treasures. Visit coin shows. Dealers sometimes overlook minor errors that you can scoop up for cheap. Get coins graded. Submitting your coin to PCGS or NGC can authenticate the error and dramatically increase its value. What if the spare change in your pocket was worth more than a brand new car or even your dream house? Sounds impossible, right? But believe it or not, some rare quarters from 1979, struck at the Denver Mint, are worth hundreds, thousands, and even potentially millions of dollars. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1979 D-era Washington quarter dollar, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance but hides incredible secrets. From shocking mint errors to record-breaking auction prices, this is one coin you'll never look at the same way again. Stick with me until the end, because I'm going to reveal the most jaw-dropping discoveries. The background. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932, designed by John Flanagan, to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1979, the U.S. Mint had been producing the Washington quarter with its eagle reverse for decades. That means nearly 500 million coins were made, so the 1979 D is not rare in its normal form in circulation. A standard 1979 D is worth just 25 cents, maybe 50 cents to $1 in worn condition, and only a few dollars in mint state. But here's the kicker. Error coins are what transform this common coin into something extraordinary. The most rare errors and varieties. Off-center strikes. $1,000 to $3,000. Double die errors. $5,000 to $10,000. Wrong planchet errors. $7,000 to $15,000. Clipped planchets. $25,000 to $27,000. Record auction prices and shocking sales. This is where things get really exciting. Real-world prices. A 1979 D off-center quarter sold for nearly $3,500 at auction. A dramatic double die obverse example was snapped up for over $6,000. A wrong planchet strike, a 1979 D quarter minted on a foreign blank, sold for a staggering $35,000. But here's the mind-blowing part: experts believe there are still undiscovered 1979 D errors out there that could break all records. Imagine finding a double denomination error, a quarter struck over a dime or $half, or a full silver transitional error worth possibly hundreds of thousands, even into the millions. How to identify a rare 1979 D error in your change. So how do you know if your 1979 D quarter is valuable? Here's what to look for. Check the weight. A normal 1979 D quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If it's lighter or heavier, it may be a wrong planchet. Look for doubling. Use a magnifying glass to check. Inspect the edges. Missing or partial reading can mean a broad strike. Check the alignment. If the front and back designs don't line up correctly, that's a mint error. Examine the strike. Look for weak areas, odd shapes, or missing parts of the design. How to hunt for 1979 D error quarters. If you're serious about finding one of these treasures, here's what you should do. Check your pocket change carefully before spending it. Search coin rolls from the bank. Even today, error coins slip through circulation. Visit coin shows and dig through dealer stock. You never know what's been overlooked. Buy a coin scale and magnifier. Essential tools for spotting errors. Get coins graded by PCGS or NGC to authenticate errors and maximize value. Imagine reaching into your pocket for a simple quarter, only to realize it's worth more than your car or even your house. Sounds like a dream, right? But for coin collectors, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1983 P-era Washington quarter dollar, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance, but hides secrets that could change your life. Stick with me to the very end, because I'll reveal the rarest and most valuable 1983 P-era quarters ever discovered, including one mistake so dramatic it could rewrite coin collecting history. The background. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932, designed by John Flanagan to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. For decades, Americans grew familiar with this coin's iconic eagle reverse and Washington's proud profile. Now, by the early 1980s, something interesting was happening in U.S. coinage. In 1982, the mint stopped producing mint sets to cut costs. This meant many coins from the early 1980s, including 1983, were never preserved in pristine sets. As a result, most surviving 1983 quarters entered circulation immediately, making high-grade examples much scarcer than other years. The most errors and varieties. Double die errors. $15,000 to $20,000. Off-center strikes. $5,000 to $8,000. Wrong planchet strikes. $10,000 to $50,000. Clipped planchets. $30,000 to $40,000. Sales record auction prices. Collectors go wild for 1983 P errors, and the auction results prove it. A 1983 P off-center strike sold for nearly $3,000. A strong double die obverse example went for more than $6,500. A wrong planchet strike, a 1983 P quarter on a foreign coin blank, was auctioned for nearly $30,000. But here's the shocking part: if a 1983 P were discovered struck on a silver transitional planchet, experts estimate it could sell for $50,000 to $60,000 or more. That's right, a single quarter worth more than some of the most famous American rarities. How to identify a rare 1983 P Washington quarter dollar. So how can you tell if your 1983 P quarter is worth a fortune? Weigh the coin. Standard weight is 5.67 grams. Any major difference could mean a wrong planchet. Look closely at the lettering and date. Doubling is often subtle. Use a 10x loop. Inspect the edges. Missing or uneven reading can mean a broad strike or clip. Check alignment. If the obverse and reverse don't match up correctly, that's an error. Look for missing parts of the design. Off-center strikes are obvious giveaways. Tips for treasure hunters. Want to find one of these incredible error quarters? Here's how. Check your pocket change daily. Many errors still circulate unnoticed. Coin roll hunting. Get rolls from your bank and search them carefully. Visit coin shows and estate sales. Errors often go overlooked by sellers. Buy a scale and loop. Essential tools for detecting planchet errors and doubling. Authenticate your finds. Submitting to PCGS or NGC can skyrocket the value of your coin.